So we all know goaltending is the most important position. So I'm going to rank all 32 NHL teams based on their goalie tandem, not just the number one goaltender, but their goalie tandem. And we'll start at 32nd. I got the San Jose Sharks, obviously. At 31st, the Pittsburgh Penguins. 30th, the Philadelphia Flyers. I'll go quick at the beginning, and then I'll break it down a little bit further when we get to the top 15 or so. 29th, the Columbus Blue Jackets. 28th, the Utah Mammoth. You've got to say that for the first time. The Mammoth. 27th, the Buffalo Sabres. 26th, the Chicago Blackhawks. The first Canadian team comes in at 25th, the Edmonton Oilers. I know, sorry, Edmonton, but I still don't buy in that tandem just yet. 24th, the Seattle Kraken. 23rd, the Nashville Predators. 22nd, the Calgary Flames. I think Dustin Wolf is great, but I don't think they gave him the support with a backup goaltender, so they are at 22nd. 21st, the Vegas Golden Knights. I don't buy into the Knights as much as some others. 20th, the Boston Bruins. Still think Swayman is pretty good, but as a tandem with Korpisalo, I don't know about that. 19th, the Vancouver Canucks. It would have been a lot higher, but it all depends if Demko is going to be healthy. 18th, the St. Louis Blues. 17th, the New York Islanders. Sorokin and Varlamov would have been probably top 10, but Sorokin and Redick with Varlamov hurt, I think it moves them down. 16th, the Washington Capitals. Now, the Washington Capitals, Logan Thompson had a fantastic year last year, but I think there's going to be some regression. So they're middle of the pack at 16th. 15th, the Detroit Red Wings. John Gibson goes to Detroit. He's going to help. So with Cam Talbot, that tandem is going to be pretty solid. John Gibson's former team, the Anaheim Ducks, comes in at 14th. Lucas Dostal had a fantastic first half of the season. Let's see if he can do that again. The LA Kings, they play so well defensively. That goalie tandem with Darcy Kemper comes in at 13th. So that's really good for the Kings. The Colorado Avalanche, last year they had one of the worst goalie tandem to start the year, but they revamped their crease with Mackenzie Blackwood and Scott Wedgwood. They are at 12 right now. Carolina. Some people don't love Carolina's goalie tandem. I happen to really like Kochetkov and Freddie Anderson, so I've got them at 11. Now here comes the top 10. And some of you are saying, wait, there's still a lot of Canadian teams left. And we are at the top 10. Number 10, the Montreal Canadiens. Samuel Montembeault had a fantastic year last year, but it also all coincided with the arrival of Jakub Dobeš. So if Dobeš can play the way that he did when he first got there, that tandem is going to be very solid. I've got him at 10. At number 9, the Ottawa Senators. Linus Ullmark is great. He's won a Vezina with Boston, but he really, 44 games last year, played great. And Levi Merilainen really stepped up when called upon last season. So I've got Ottawa at 9. 8th is the Minnesota Wild. Gustafson's awesome. Jesper Wallstedt will have to play better than he did last year in the American League, but I think that's a really solid tandem. The New Jersey Devils are 7th. Obviously, Markstrom and Allen, two veteran goaltenders. They know what to do. I was trying to put them in the top 5. I just couldn't get there. 7th for New Jersey. 6th, Florida Panthers. Sergei Bobrovsky is awesome. Daniil Tarasov comes in, but I don't think he'll have that much of an impact. It's all going to be on Bobrovsky. So I'm going to put Florida at 6th. Tampa Bay at 5th. Vasilevsky is great. Jonas Johansson been decent. But again, just like Florida, I think that it's all about Vasilevsky. It's all about Bobrovsky. So Tampa is at 5. The New York Rangers. Bad year for the Rangers last year. They missed the playoff, but their goalie tandem of Shesterkin and Quick is potentially one of the best, right? So you look at their goal save above expectation and everything. They were at the top of the league. They just gave up too many chances. So I'm still looking at that tandem to be 4th. Dallas comes in at 3rd. Obviously, Ottinger's great. And we'll see what happens moving forward if a new coach will help Ottinger kind of overcome what happened in the playoffs last year. And now we're down to the top 2. And if you're counting at home, we have 2 Canadian teams left. The Toronto Maple Leafs are 2nd. Obviously, Anthony Stolarz was great. Joseph O was awesome, too. I put that, that's a real tandem. That's 2 guys that could play 40 games each and be at the top of the league. They were so good at times during the season last year. At one way, one the other way. So I'm going with Toronto at 2. And at 1, the Winnipeg Jets. I think Connor Hellebuck, MVP, Vezina last year, was fantastic. But Eric Comrie was not bad either. Look at his save percentage, better than most around the league, right? There wasn't a huge drop-off from Hellebuck to Comrie, and that's what you want. This is a true number one, number two tandem with Hellebuck number one, Comrie number two. But he did an absolute fantastic job as the backup to Connor Hellebuck, allowed Hellebuck to have the fantastic year. So your Winnipeg Jets are the best tandem in all of the NHL for the 25-26 season. There you go. All 32 teams, one of the most fun exercise I've had to do. It's not easy, and I'm sure there's a very, very good chance you may want to debate this.